Alright, so here's the gear oil. It's 3 quarts of Phillips 66 SAE ADW90. It comes with Yukon gear, limited slip. It's what's recommended when you buy the setup on Summit Racing. So I just bought it. Never heard of Phillips 66. It feels pretty thick. Came in that bag over there. Lost some fluid. One of them bottles must have started leaking, whatnot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add the limited gear axle to this guy maybe, and then just pour it in the lid came off here. So that's where I'm at. The lid's already on, and the cover, I mean. And I'm just gonna put the fluid in, and hopefully we're almost there. I'm half tempted to start the car with just no rear wheels or drums yet, but we'll see. Let's see. I'm just gonna put this limited slip Yukon stuff in here. Green. I'll save this way. That way I can buy more after I do my first oil change. Cut the tip off here. All right. We're on. Uh-oh. Am I missing it? What's going on here? Great. Sucks. What the fuck? I don't get why it's spilling everywhere. I have the thing right in the hole. Stuff's messy. Yeah, I mean, it's holding. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, I don't get why it's pointing back. What the fuck? I need to try a different lid. Maybe just cut the little tip off of this guy. Gotta try to get most of this stuff in this guy, so. Hey guys, so the time has finally come to actually test drive the new gears, the new axles, the new whole rear end rebuilt. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it easy. There's a break-in process where you do I believe it's 10 to 15 miles light driving, street driving around. It's early enough in the day that I don't think there's a whole lot of traffic out, and I'm just gonna drive it around for a few miles. I'll probably do like a time-lapse thing and cruise around. I'll do some first reaction stuff, and yeah, you'll get to see what happens, so stay tuned. All right guys, so out here gonna test it. Just gonna back up a little bit. Had to add some tranny fluid. I have a little leak somewhere, I can't seem to find it, so. But yeah, I'm just gonna drive it around for a bit and break in the gears. There is a process where you drive it 10 to 15 miles, give or take. Just street driving, no highway driving, or no hard pulls, no burning out just yet. Just driving the vehicle. So I'm just gonna drive it down the back streets here in my neighborhood. Already I can tell it kind of pulls a little faster just by doing this little bit of driving here. Not having to gun it just to take off from the line. My speedometer's kind of messed up because now I gotta change, I think, those little gears. The speed gear, the driven gear, the drive gears, whatever they call them, for the speedometer and the transmission tail shaft. Yeah, so I'm just gonna cruise around for a bit, maybe get some fuel. I don't know how much fuel I actually have left. But yeah. This already feels great. Might be running out of fuel right now, not even realizing it. I'm gonna go to the Shell station. But yeah, just right now, just driving around here, feels pretty good. I added some transmission fluid, like I said earlier. Have a little leak somewhere, so I gotta fix that. It feels like it's taking off a lot smoother. I feel like I have a pretty good launch when I take off. I'm gonna get fuel and I'll put it on a time lapse so you guys can watch me drive around. So. little highway in Arizona in the East Valley. We call it Bush Highway. Straight ahead is Red Mountain. Really beautiful, clear skies, nice weather. Car's running great. Just cruising around. Yeah, I did that oil change. Greased some certs up in the front. And thought maybe I'll get rid of some of the squeaking that I'm having. No, I'm still having the squeaking. It probably has to do with all the rubber that's like dried up. Probably got to get a bushing kit and stuff and start replacing some of those rubber components for the suspension. It probably help with all the squeakiness. Yeah, I'm just looking for a place to park. I'll just let it roll. Yeah, it's really nice out here today. So, probably do a time lapse here. Here we are, guys. We're over here on like a turnoff for Saguaro Lake here in Arizona, East Valley. Really nice out today. A lot of people cruising, a lot of people riding their bikes, and we're right here recording. Yeah, drove all the way over here. Car drove fine. No weird hiccups or nothing. No howling or grinding noises coming from the rear end, so I assume I did it right for the most part. Yeah, this was a big project. This wasn't easy. It was just labor intensive, working 2 jobs, trying to spend time with the family, and then every little chance I had after I got off my other job, and every time I had off like a free weekend, which is rare, I would go and work on this car. I wanted to build it so I could at least race in the duct tape drags. I mean, I went last year and there were some little beaters that went slow and stuff, but I want to be able to be, I don't want to say competitive, but at least for the most part, just have fun and be in the game with everybody else. Everything worked out great. Like I said, a lot of stuff came up while working on this project. Huge ants here. You know, I did the rear end, I bought all the stuff. You know, at that point I was already at maybe like $1,200. I bought like the whole kit. I didn't buy the entire Yukon kit. I kind of bought like some Richmond stuff, motive gear, ring and pinion. Then I bought the Yukon locker. People have different opinions about that, so that's just what I went with, what I felt was best. Some specialty tools in the videos I'll be posting soon, or have not probably before this. This is kind of like the aftermath. I did buy like a press. I did some measuring tools and calibration tools just to get within spec of what I needed to be. You know, some people say you can pull the whole ring and pinion diff out and then throw your stock shims and stuff, and maybe it works. I did that. I was still off. You know, it was so much different. It wasn't like I used the same ring and pinion and threw a locker, and that might have worked. Along the way, I had that bolt break in the open carrier, in the original open carrier, and you know, I cut it out, popped that shaft out, I was able to pull it apart. And then, you know, the struggles, I did have some Amazon tools, some bushing setting stuff and presses and everything else. So I did use yeah, so this was a big project. It took a long time. Actually, I started this like 2 months ago, and then I started started kind of fixing other things too. So along with the locker, it's one thing I didn't realize until I was already opening it and I already put the ring and stuff on, was that I didn't have the right axles. I had 28 spline. The locker I got was a 30 spline. So I ended up buying some Mosier. You can see back here, axles, really cool stuff, really well made. I had to order it, you know, I didn't really know the size. Luckily on the website I kind of put my car info in and I was able to get the correct length, and I ordered them. They came 2 weeks later, so that was another like delay why all this took forever. I kept having to order parts and stuff. Wife wasn't happy. I kept spending money, but it was money that I saved, you know, working overtime and whatnot. This is a real expensive project for me anyways. For others it's like a whatever. I can't imagine doing like ring and pinion and all that stuff on like an all-wheel or four-wheel drive vehicle. It was a really good experience. I really enjoyed it. Since then, besides putting the locker on, I got the brakes up and going, replaced some of the hardware, and then you'll see soon I probably will post that video. This could be in parts. This is obviously not gonna, I'm not gonna be able to post all this in one video, but I'll do like the rear end stuff, and then I'll post like I had to put a battery tray in just to pass tech for duct tape drags. I'm still learning like all the stuff that you need. You need to have a canister to carry your overflow tank for your radiator. Headlights, tail lights need to work. Luckily I replaced those long ago. But yeah, just kind of going over little things now. I will be posting more videos. Hopefully I get to post videos before the duct tape drags, so you guys can kind of see like road leading up to it. You know, I'm not a professional streamer. I don't do this for a living. I had to use my phone. My GoPro was dying. It's probably about to die here shortly. With that being said, this was a really cool project. I kind of enjoy this stuff. I really enjoy working with my hands, working on my car. Kind of gets away from things going on in life, going on in this world right now. So yeah, stay tuned. Who knows, maybe I make something of this. I'm not looking to be probably as big as Vice Grip Garage or David Freiberger, but you never know. Those that, you know, everyone starts somewhere. I'm gonna try my best to edit this as best as I could, and hopefully it all works out. But yeah, here's another view of the mountains out here, down here in Saguaro Lake area. Really cool. You see everyone parks here, and then there's like a bunch of little trails and stuff. Let me see what trail I'm by here, kind of give you a reference. But yeah, I meet a lot of people on these trails. I always, you know, a lot of people are excited to move to Arizona just to kind of do these trails and everything. Yeah, so Blue Point, I assume that's what it's called, right? Yeah, campfires okay, fire danger today, yellow. Yeah, they really take care of this area. So, you know, always recommend coming out here and going for a hike if you're into that stuff, or mountain biking. People mountain bike up down the road from here. But yeah, there it is. We'll soon be yeah, posting videos and go from there. Like I said, I'm not a pro. I know I didn't do everything professionally, and you know, there's always the people who are going to be talking online, but you know, as long as I had fun, I just wanted to share my experience with you guys and maybe motivate you. You know, I was motivated by watching people work on their cars and videos and stuff. So again, Nacho's Desert Driveway, till the next time.